Hi, everyone. My name is Elvis. I'm a medical doctor, and I'm also autistic. So, today I'm going to talk about masking. Masking or social camouflaging is another name for it, is when autistic individuals consciously or unconsciously hide their autistic traits in order to be more socially acceptable in society. There's a couple of ways to do this. I actually do this quite frequently, um, which is interesting. Some of it is cognitive behavioral therapy. As a child, I consciously was very aware of my deficits and made up for it to be more socially acceptable to get into the field that I am in, which is medicine. But to another degree, there is obviously some parts of it that ended up being unconscious, which ended up changing my whole behavior to be the person who I am today. And I don't think of that as masking. I think of that more as growing as an individual and sort of self improving. But there are certain things that I do to mask. Small talk, for instance. I definitely am not great at small talk, but I definitely find ways to engage with that. Typically asking things about the person themselves, how their day is going, do they see anything on TV? Typically listening to things of their interest and then throwing that back at them in order to make them talk about themselves and to sort of divert sort of the conversation away from me having to engage too much. Some other instances would be forcing eye contact is one, suppressing stimming is another. Um, so, like for instance, hand wringing is one that I frequently do, or constantly like pacing around in circles, or like repeating phrases, or like repeating the same scenario over like three times for some weird reason because I can't stop. Constantly like shaking my legs, or like rocking back and forth. Um, Another one is mirroring. Typically, like copying facial expressions, gestures, hand positions of neurotypical people. Sort of to make you look like you sort of fit into the social situation, if that makes sense. For instance, like if you're talking and everyone's like having a great time, obviously open body language is better. Like even if you want to keep them crossed, which I typically find very comforting. Masking is actually quite a big conversation because a lot of people are like, why do we have to hide to be socially accepted? And to that, I have to say, well, that's life. Life doesn't revolve around us. We may want it to change. Oh Lord, we want it to change so bad. But there are things in society that we can't change. And as a result, in some ways, we must change a little bit about ourselves, especially if we want to get to certain places. If I didn't change things about myself, I definitely would have never been a doctor. And do I think it's worth it? To some degree, yeah. Do I feel bad about hiding it? Definitely feel bad about hiding it now that that I am a doctor. I feel no need to hide it. I know it'll definitely hinder me in some aspects still finding a job, but I'm okay with that and I'm willing to accept that as a consequence. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns. Yeah, let's have a conversation about it. Have a great day, guys.